knew he was going to kind of overshoot that, and then you held on to the rope, which pulled his nose to the left. So again, try to use your same language. Let your rope out a little bit longer, Paul. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Wiggle it if you walk a little too far forward, and you use that same language with it. Don't change your language just because you're in the mounting block. And if you ask him to come straight forward, make sure your hand goes straight south. And pause there, because these are one of these spots he's gotten in a hurry with. Now, I would bump his nose back on over that way, because you're not going to be able to help him that way. You need to get your car straight again. Release that rope a little bit so he's got room to move on around. Ask him to go right on over there again. There. Now bring his nose back over. Now stop right there. Ask him to stop. Take his nose back on over there. You see the difference from doing him that way than what you were trying to do? There's no way you're going to be able to help him by trying to get him fixed over here. Now, I would rub him on
Seriously,
the head right there.
you wanted to walk right in front of me. Some
like
people's children.
It's kind of like parking a car. You're going to have to get car paint back over there because it's like spot.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Good. That's why I said try to use your ABCs the same no matter where you are. Okay. So if he's way over here, I would be saying maybe we need to get your nose back over there and maybe we might have a better chance of getting up to the mounting block. Good. Now I might change my hand on my rope and he might have to take one step to his right because he's too close to the mounting block to come straight ahead. So bump his nose a little to the right, just like you did out there in the arena. His nose needs to come towards me. So that didn't mean come forward. Now take his nose right back on over there. Good. Bring his nose back over to the right, which is your left. Now don't pull it backwards. See, you're bumping it backwards. That's why he backed up. Change your hand on your rope. Now ask his nose to go back on over there. Give him a little harder bump. Say, get back over here. Bigger, bigger, bigger. Now don't pop him. See, that's not going to work. Pick up that feel. Just like you did right like that. Now release the rope. See, if you pop him, to me, I didn't know what that meant. Okay. It's either right, left, forwards, backwards. Now stop right there. Now just give him a soft feel and say, can your nose come back over here towards me just a little bit? Release. There. We'll let him stand there for a moment. But when you kind of were popping him like that, I didn't even know what that meant. Okay, so remember right, left, forwards, backwards. Remember what your ABCs are. I'd give him a little pet on the nose. Since he took a little step towards the left and towards the mounting block, I would give that a good go. Now see if you can ask him to take a step straight south. So take your hand straight out there in front. Say your note. Ask him to back up a little bit. That's not straight south if he's edging over there towards the mounting block. Ask his nose to come back over there in front of him. Release. Now slide your hand and take it straight south. You're not going south, you're coming towards me. South is that way. Your rope. There. Release. You see what I'm saying? Your hand was coming to me. South is that way. Shorten that rope a little bit, release, so he can feel it. You see what I'm saying? So straight south is straight behind you there. There. Now wiggle, don't start to pull on him. See, Paul, if you pull on him, he feels it and you're not going to release. It's going to take his nose too far to the left, which means his hindquarters are going to come to me. So if he walks too far forward, wiggle that rope. Okay. You're not going to be able to help him by doing his nose the way you're trying. Now let your rope out a little bit so it doesn't pull on him. And that's what a lot of people do at that particular point. You see what I'm saying? So again, you think about what your right feel is, your left feel is, your straight feel is, and your backward feel, and you're parking your car right there next to that mounting block. So if you want him to go straight, your hand is going to go straight south. You're not going to turn your steering wheel right or left. Better. Good. Does that make sense? But everybody wants to pull on that rope trying to help him, and if you're late on that release and you just pull him, he's really done what you've asked him to do. Right. So yeah, straight south is when I tell people straight south is that way. People get on that mounting block and they get to pulling them towards them, but straight south is that way. Good. Ask him to take another step straight south. So your hand should go straight south and it should not come towards me whatsoever. Now, pick the feel up on that rope and make him work a little harder and tell him to get back on over here. You tuck him there a little bit. Make those feet work a little harder. Get his nose somewhat back over there. Don't pull on him. Direct him. So change your hand on your rope like we did on your groundwork. What I really hate to see people do is go like this. You know, if you want him to go to the left, that rope needs to be in your right hand. Don't try to get him to go to the left and cross your body like this. Now ask him to take a step straight ahead. Release. Better. He says that was a big sigh of relief. Now ask him to take another step straight. But give him the feel. Release. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. See, don't pull on him. See, that's a bad habit that everybody gets into. You started to pull, he was ready for it, and so I'd have just wiggled that rope and said, remember, this means back up. Make him work a little harder. Direct him right back on over there again. Pause, get his nose back. There you go. Guide him back up there again. Good. Now wiggle, 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 wiggle. Let your rope out, let your rope out. Now just pause right there. So when you wiggle, you're going to let that rope out because if he hits the end of it, he's liable to go someplace different too. Just like I was saying to you out there. As you ask him back up, that rope needs to be going with him. You need to keep letting it feed out.
All right.
See what I'm saying? So that's why I said it. But you're much better there when we start teaching these things when he does that. So you're not pulling his nose one way or the other because it's not going to get you anywhere. If he goes too far forward or whatever, you just wiggle from there. But if you're from there, you're going to have to let that rope feed out. Okay? Now, you can take your rope and ask his nose to go a little bit back over there. Now, stop. Now, ask his nose to come back a little bit back over here to the left. Give him a little feel, just like you did on the ground out there. Release. Wiggle, wiggle. See how you want to pull him? And I don't know where that habit comes into so many people, but it's there. Now just pause right there. But you know if you don't and he keeps going, Paul, what's going to happen? I mean, you're pulling him and he's just going to hit the end of it, whip around. And
He's going to say, oh, that's how we play this, huh?
well, I mean, you know what I'm saying. So again, you know, if he goes too far forward, don't change your ABCs on him. Now ask him to take the step straight ahead, which is straight ahead from him. Better. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Just let the rope out. Wiggle till he backs up. Wiggle till he backs up. Wiggle till he backs up. Better. Now send him right back on over here. Shorten your rope. Okay, right means right. Right means right. Right means right. Right means, or go to his left, I mean. Now release right there for a moment. At least he took his thought over there. You see what I'm saying? But whichever way you're going, you have to stay with it till he at least gives you a try. It doesn't mean back up. It doesn't mean go sideways. Okay? Now pick up the feel of your rope and ask him if he can take his thoughts on over there to his left a little bit more. You can pick up the end of that rope just a little bit, but make sure you give him the feel on that other rope. Bump his nose over there a little bit more. Now pick up the end of this rope here a little bit and say, now I'd like you to take your feet over there, please, but follow your nose on over there. Ask his nose down and come back to your attention. He doesn't even keep looking over there that long. Take his nose over there to his left. Don't pull him to you. Take his nose over there. More. There. Good. Pause. Good. Now again, think about that being a parking space right there. Think of his nose as being the wheels of your car. Ask him again. So hopefully, don't get into a hurry there. When you ask him to take a step ahead and you release that rope, he should just stop.
Okay.
But don't get too quick on wiggling that rope either, because he's not going to know whether to go forwards or stop. Only do it if you release the rope and he doesn't stop. Slide the rope in your hand a little bit more if you need to. Now just pause right there. That's better. You see what I'm saying? Otherwise, you get a horse like him especially. You know, give him the opportunity to make the mistake. He has the feel. You put slack on that rope, which means he should stop those feet. If he doesn't, then you might wiggle at that point. But if you do this, you know what I'm saying, and slack, and you don't give him enough time to get an answer in there, then it's going to feel like go backwards, go backwards, go backwards, and a horse like him could get a little bit worried about that. You know, it's like a little hot potato. Okay? When you release that rope, he should go, oh, I don't need to go anywhere. Good. Now, if I I was you, I would just get down, walk around for a moment, and let's bring it back. Your forwards and your backwards. If you're not consistent on right and left and you're straight and you're backwards, then you can't help them through anything. Now see, you're taking your hand too far out to the side paw, which I'm not really for sure why. When you're up in that mounting block, your hand's coming awful far towards me, and it should be headed that way. Okay? Now just walk back up there, just again a little more firmer. Say, you don't just mosey on back there. I get right back on back where I was. Feel that rope, say, come on, let's go. You're giving way too much time there. Direct. Better. Don't get in a hurry. Now pause, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So what I'm saying is when he does get a little bit closer, your hand keeps coming way too far to me. So when your hand comes a little bit farther towards me, it almost is telling him to go that way.
All right, so you're saying more closely
So
here.
if I'm up here, and
He's such a good student, isn't he?
my hand's almost coming a little more towards
He's such a good student.
your hand keeps coming a little more that way.
Okay.
I'm not sure why. Isn't that?
I would have quit 5 minutes ago.
Come on. I just want you to see the difference here. You know, this is where you want him to be. So my hand would be coming more this way, or maybe a tad to me, but it sure would be going over that way.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, if you're here, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have your hand say come straight this way, or maybe a tad this way. Your hand keeps wanting to come out here, and then bring him out this way.
I'm on this side, he's automatically kind of.
No, that's where you got to be ready to feel your rope. See, I just did it there and did a lot better.
Right.
So, like I said, if you start to go there, you should be thinking about going over there. If he's feeling it at all. Okay?
Okay.
And they get real good on some of those spots that they've gotten so good at in the past. So that's a spot that you're going to have to be a little bit quicker on. See what I'm saying? Now again, just think about guiding him, but think of what your tools are. Right, left, forward, backwards. Now let him stand there for a moment. So you know, again, if his nose, give him a little poke with your finger and say, your nose needs to stay back over there in front of you, please. Better. Now, don't let your left hand come so far to me. Do what I just did over there a minute ago and ask him to take another step straight ahead. Wiggle. Don't pull on him. So you pulled on him. Was your first reaction was to pull.
That's a good excuse to go. I'll buy it.
Let's stop there for a moment.
Or you could just go in Vicky's office. It's warm in the office.
Just think about what the brakes are in your car. If all of a sudden you need the brakes in your car, I would
As long as
you wouldn't put your
that
foot
beep
on
I
the
heard
gas.
wasn't the railroad.
So you just got to be very consistent, Paul, as far as what your brakes are.
On me, I have the phone. But I don't think he's going to go to work until like 2 a.m.
Now don't wiggle that rope. See, you're asking him to go forward and you're thinking he's going to make a mistake. I don't care if you do it perfect or not. You know what I'm saying? Put the slack in the rope. If he makes a mistake, he makes a mistake. That's what we talked about. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Got him right back on that there.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Wiggle. So you're starting to get your finger there, still trying to give him a little bit of forward view.
Where's Finn?
Now don't give him a bump. Remember, the feel is not a bump.
Why?
Especially right there.
He played with my sister's dog all morning.
Oh.
Like where that nose is, where his nose is, where his feet are thinking about going. So if you ask him to go forward, he's looking at me, he's probably not going to take his feet forward. So give him a little feel on that rope and get his nose back in front of his chest. Just like he would with me. Release. There. Pat him on the head. Wiggle that rope. You didn't really ask him to come forward. I would just wiggle nicely and ask him to back up a step. I'm not going to punish him and not too far, but say I didn't really ask you to do that. Thank you for doing it, but I didn't technically ask you to do it. Pause, release your rope. Better. So I'm more concerned about him coming up here more in this frame of mind. But we can't just get too many, as I call it, too many cooks in the kitchen there to most horses, and including ourselves. Now gather up your rope and visualize him going straight ahead so he's parallel to the mounting block. Release. Ask him again for one more step south. Watch that nose. Say, get your nose back over here, please. Just like it would be your rein. Release. Now ask him to take a step straight south. Release. So as soon as you see the weight shift, release, release, release. So you almost had a little too much rope there, and if you were to think about wiggling, you'd have pulled on it. Okay? So as soon as you see the weight shift is when I want you to release. If you release past that, he's liable to take an extra step. So even if you see a little